And we're back with another one.
Yeah, we're back.
Welcome to Lunch Trade Boys. Got your co-host Daquan here. Got your other co-host Danny here.
Yep.
And we got special guest. Danny, would you like to introduce our guest?
Yes. So, hello, everyone. Welcome, Cait.
Hi.
His friend from high school back in the day. Yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to do this.
So Danny was telling me you're a second grade teacher, so I want to know what motivated you to become a teacher.
So, when I started college, I initially did speech pathology. I knew that I wanted to work with kids in some aspects, like in a school. That was my goal, like to be a speech pathologist in a school. And then I failed out of anatomy and physiology of the throat by 1 point.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, it was such a hard class. And then I switched to teaching. Originally, I wanted to do high school English because I loved high school English. But then everyone was like, no, it's going to be so much paperwork. Do elementary. So I did elementary. It's probably more paperwork than high school.
When you say paperwork, what do you mean by that? Like to apply or once you're already a teacher?
No, like grading,
Oh,
tests,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, what is it like teaching second graders?
Oh my God, it's so much fun. Like, they have such a childlike wonder, you know, and everything is like amazing and they have absolutely no sense of time or space, you know, like it's just like a lot of fun, you know, and they kind of keep me on my toes. Like, they kind of make me see the world
Different.
in like a much brighter way, you know.
That's great.
And it's also cute because when they start off the year, they're kind of like empty slates, like no personality.
Makes sense.
They barely know how to do anything, you know, and then by the end of the year, they grow not only academically, but also as people, you know, and they're funny and sarcastic and witty, and it's just like really nice.
No, yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah, I work with middle school kids. I work in childcare, and like it's the same thing. Like they start off. I mean, middle schoolers, they start to show their personalities more, but like I said, it's like a blank slate, and it's like throughout the year you see them progress. Like either they mature or become more like annoying.
Yeah,
but it's like it's
sure.
a fun like adventure with them, especially just seeing them like grow up in real time. So you say you want to teach high schoolers?
That was originally my goal.
Do you still want to? Is that still a goal for you?
No, because if I had to do that, I'd have to go back to school.
Oh, really?
So right now I'm certified birth through 6th grade. I'm doing early childhood, 2nd grade's the cutoff. And I think I want to stay in early childhood for a couple more years, eventually do older kids, because I feel like I have the personality. Like, I'm really sarcastic, you know? So sometimes I'll make a joke and it'll just go right over their heads.
You want a little reaction or
And they're
something?
kind of like, oh my God, you're mean. And I'm like, no, like, I'm joking hard, you know?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. So like at my program, like we have elementary school kids, and like sometimes I have to work with them, and I'm like, I don't know, because like I like to joke around with the kids too, and like I just have like normal conversations like with younger kids. Like it seems like it's hard to because they don't really know much yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think as they get to know you, you know,
Yeah.
then they're like, okay, like she's just joking.
What type of student were you back in elementary, middle school, and high school?
I was the invisible student. I was the one who like got good grades, sat down, was quiet, did her
You told me
work.
I used to cheat off of you.
Yeah. Do you remember this?
Yeah, of course I remember this. I'm pretty sure I used to write papers for
Yeah.
you.
This was sophomore. I mean, so that was my first year in Franny.
Mm-hmm.
And we sat next to each other in English class.
I loved that class.
It was actually not a bad
It
class,
was
yeah.
literally just me and the teacher talking
Yeah.
for the majority of the class.
Because we had our main original teacher, something happened, so then we got like a substitute, not a sub, but like a replacement teacher.
Yeah.
So, and then she was fairly new to teaching, and it was cool. It was actually not bad.
Her voice.
Yeah, I remember. It was distinct. It was like kind of like raspy.
Like she would run out of breath and then just like kind of stop her sentences.
Yeah, she was like this short, young white lady.
So you gotta have homework.
Not even
Much,
high though,
but it was
but
more like this.
Oh.
yeah, it was lower,
Yeah.
like slower, and
I would have
just
fell asleep in her class.
that was cool though.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like I love English.
Yeah, it was actually like a cool class. She helped me a lot with homeworks and everything.
welcome.
She did your homework.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Got a good grade because you. Yeah, thank you.
So fun. No, you're so welcome.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever minded. I was just like, can I copy it? And
No, I literally loved it. Like I was such a nerd. Oh my God. I used to assign myself extra homework on Castle Learning.
What? For what
Yeah.
subject? English or?
For any,
Wait.
like,
So you love
global-
school.
No, just like a fucking loser.
Interesting. Like if you had free time, you would just do extra work? Or
Yeah, on
Really?
Castle Learning, or I would do people's homework.
I haven't heard Castle Learning in so long. Now that you mention it, I was
No,
like,
it's like a
damn.
fever dream. Like, it does make
Is
me
that
feel
still a thing?
real.
Is it like for teaching now?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Oh,
We don't. We don't use it.
oh you don't use this? I remember.
Yeah,
that.
what's your day to day like?
I wake up around like. Well, I start setting my alarms at 5. So it's like 5, 5:10, 5:20,
Yeah.
5:30,
Oh, okay.
5:40. Because I can never wake up. I wake up at 6. I kind of like sit in existential dread. You know,
Makes sense.
get up, get ready, go to work. I usually get to work around like 7:30. So I'll start prepping for the day. Like if I need to print something last minute, I'll print it out. I'll get all my papers sorted, put the iPads on the desks, wait for the kids. They come in, we teach, we have some fun, and then I go home.
Oh damn. Damn. Just like
Yeah.
it's weird.
Just the iPads in the
I
classroom.
know. I heard iPads. I was
I know,
like,
isn't that
Right?
crazy?
Yeah. How do you guys utilize technology in your classrooms?
So we use technology a lot for iReady, which is basically like a reading and math. I want to say intervention program, but not really. Like it assigns lessons.
Okay.
So like it kind of helps close like any learning gaps that they may have. Sometimes we play Kahoot.
that's nice.
My
do
kids
that at my
love
job,
Kahoot. They use their iPads like for music. They'll like create like little music stuff, like the tempos and stuff. Just like a lot of stuff. But honestly, like I'm not really like technology is kind of like a double-edged sword.
Really?
Like it's really great, but it also really sucks
How come?
because I feel like it has taken away so much from the kids. Like I feel like when we were younger, we didn't have technology. We would like go to the park and make friends and like talk, and we like knew how to read and write because we had to read and
Yeah.
write. Like a lot of my students don't know how to read or write because
They're just texting all the time.
they don't
or
even
typing
really
on a
need
computer.
to. Like you can speak into your phone.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Is teaching them how to like have like handwriting, is that important, or is like do you guys cater them more to like be more computer savvy?
No, we do a lot of writing.
Oh, okay.
We don't really use like computers to type up papers or anything.
Okay.
But
'Cause I know amongst like middle schoolers, they're all their homework on a laptop. Like I mean,
Yeah.
they have handwritten assignments, but most of the time it's on a laptop.
so like in my school, the 4th and 5th graders, they start typing their like writing pieces and stuff. But for us, we still like write.
Yeah.
But a lot of my kids, their handwriting is trash.
awful.
It makes
Like,
sense. Second graders
Yeah.
can't expect too much. Like you probably can't. I haven't seen second grade handwriting, so I'm not sure. But I've seen pictures that you've posted, so I get what you
Oh
mean.
my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, it's kind of now that I'm thinking about it. Actually,
Is that?
it's
like
not the worst, but
hieroglyphics.
yeah, it's. But is that expected for second graders? I don't even know.
No,
No,
I
it's
have
not.
some kids who write really nice, like,
Really?
nicer than me.
Oh,
And then I have other kids who like can't even hold a pencil.
Okay, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, there's such
That's
a
a
big, like.
is script still taught? Is that still
No,
a thing? Not at
no.
all. Oh,
That stopped with us, bro.
did it? Were we the
Yeah.
last
When I was
ones?
in elementary school, that was the last time I did cursive.
Dang.
So
After that,
sometimes
it
I'll
was-
write like half my words in cursive, and my kids call it scribble.
What is that, miss?
No, literally, they'll be like, "Why are you writing in scribble?" And I'm
Scribble,
like,
dang.
It's script. Like you're so close.
That's a Google font, miss.
Right.
Dang.
That's crazy. My mom, she has a daycare, and like she has like handwritten assignments for the kids. And for a second, I was gonna tell her like I don't know if they're gonna need it because like there's so much like they're using iPads in school, they're using laptops. But then I'm like, that is a skill to use, but it's like I don't know the way technology is progressing and how it's like being influenced into schools. I'm like, is handwriting gonna be that much important?
I think it is so important. Like
Yeah,
I
I would-
really think that
But do you guys
technology has
now
dumbed us down
handwrite stuff often?
all the time.
I'm sending emails.
Oh, like,
all the time.
nowadays?
I'm texting all the time.
Not really. Personally, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's different for me because I'm
Yeah,
a
in
teacher.
your
Yeah,
case,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
In your
Yeah,
case, it's
right.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I think I write like I'll write people letters.
Oh, that's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's been
Giving
a long
handwritten
time.
letters, it has something to it.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
Typed
for sure,
out, I
for
feel
sure,
like
for sure.
it's too formal if it's typed out. I
Right.
don't know.
You got fonts though, you know, you can make it look
It's
fancy.
still that printed ink
Get
is
that,
not the same.
the
I mean,
tea
there's
bag.
fonts that make it look
Oh.
like handwriting.
That is
You
true.
know,
That
so-
is true. It would look better than mine. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, mine's is bad. The only time I handwrite something is sign in when I come into work. That's it.
Well, when I write, it's for like my signatures to pay.
Yeah,
like sign, pay this. That's it. Honestly, I can't think last time I wrote.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't think.
I don't know
No,
how important that's gonna be in a couple of years.
I feel like it's so important.
Is it though?
I think so, because I think
I mean,
like,
yeah, having the skill is definitely.
like if I met someone who was our age,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
they were like, I don't know how to write.
All right, that's different because they might think they can't type then. Because if you could type, you could write.
No.
Do you think so?
Autocorrect. Do you know how many times
Oh,
I've messed
yeah.
up my words? Like,
That is
illegible. An autocorrect will make it right.
That is true. That is true.
Fucking autocorrect.
And it's getting better. It doesn't autocorrect my fuck to duck. It keeps it. It keeps it.
Right.
You're learning your language.
Yeah.
I used to think that all my kids knew their letters. I used to just like assume and be like, okay, they know the fucking alphabet.
That's
and,
what
like,
you learned in kindergarten, right? Is that what?
Listen, I
don't
have kids in
remember,
my
to be
class
honest.
currently who don't know all their letters.
Really?
Second grade, how old are you?
You're 7?
7, turning 8.
Oh yeah, not knowing.
Right? Because you learned it
crazy.
in kindergarten or even before.
Yeah,
I
I'm
learned
like-
it before I even got to.
I think I learned it just.
So like I had to know the alphabet to get into kindergarten.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
got like tested kind of?
Yeah, I don't remember when you started.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
just
But
knew it.
but for second graders, yeah, I would because you're writing sentences at that point, so you should.
Yeah, yeah. That does make
No.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
what kind
wanted
of
to
homework do you give
say.
the kid?
Oh, homework.
Well, you can
Oh, no.
finish your point.
Oh, no, I wanted to say I would assume it's the same thing because on an iPad, like the letters
Yeah.
Yeah.
are placed the way that they would be placed on a
Yeah.
keyboard.
That is true.
We can never make assumptions. So,
Interesting.
what kind of homework do I give? Okay, so my homework is differentiated. So for reading, I have it based on reading level. So my kids who are reading at an A to a D get D level reading homework. And then my kids who are reading from like an E to an H get I level homework. And then kids above that get L level homework.
Oh.
So it's really annoying to make the homework
Yeah, I'm like,
packets
that
because
sounds
it's
really
like I'm
tedious.
basically making 3 homework packets.
Yeah.
And then we do phonics, so whatever we're covering for that unit is the homework that we get. And then math is just like right out of the book. So they just rip out the page, staple it.
Do you also teach sciences or anything like that?
No.
No.
So there's a science teacher and I'm supposed to teach social studies,
Oh.
but
Nah,
But
not fucking with it.
not like that I don't want to do it. It's just that it's not part of my schedule, so it kind of gets thrown in there when it can.
gotcha.
So like a lot of my read alouds will be on like Black history.
Yeah.
So that's technically social studies.
Yeah.
Or like now we're kind of doing read alouds about like migrants.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of
Gotcha. Is it like a requirement that they need it, or is it more wherever it fits in for the social studies?
I mean you need social studies. Like on
You
the
do,
report
yeah.
cards there's a section that says
Oh,
social
okay.
studies. you know?
Gotcha.
But there's just, you know, like it kind of goes in with other subjects.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Should parents be at fault for the students being illiterate, or like can we blame schools as well, or is it just like a group experience?
I mean there's like a huge literacy crisis like in America.
Yeah.
Like kids just don't know how to read. So it's really hard to say. Like I think that it like all kind of comes from COVID and technology. Like something I learned in speech pathology for the 2 years that I was in it is that language is so crucial, like even in infancy. Like being able to babble and mimic and like have those like stupid like nonsense like forms of communication, I guess,
Yeah.
makes such a big difference for language development and like socializing with other toddlers or other infants. And a lot of kids didn't have that. And like when I started teaching, my first class, it was their first year back. I started teaching in 2021.
Oh, okay.
So now my second graders, they went to pre-K.
Yeah, I'm like,
And
oh my god,
yeah.
they missed a lot.
They missed 3K and everything else. They were in
Jesus.
pre-K. So in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, like they went to pre-K. They should be fine. But they missed so much before
Yeah.
that, you know, and like so much socialization that they just didn't get a chance to do. And then the issue with technology is that now people just go on their iPads, like they go watch TV, they go on their computers. There's no communicating. So we really can't like point fingers at parents, you know, because sometimes they just have no time, you know, like you don't have the resources, like you work late hours. You can't really blame the teachers because like you're doing what you can. So it's just kind of like everything pretty much, you know, it's just
culmination of all.
Yeah.
COVID definitely messed up a lot of things. Just
for sure. And it's also like when will we get back on track? So if you think about it, like, so for us in second grade, we stopped doing the reading curriculum and now we're just doing read alouds and shared readings. So the work is like, I don't want to say that it's easier, but it's not like as rigorous as it should be or like as it was taught in previous years, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like now these second graders are going to go to third grade.
Yeah.
You're going to third grade reading at a kindergarten level. If you don't know how to read, like by the time you're in third grade, you will always read below like level.
Makes sense.
You know, then it's just like there's such an urgency to get kids on grade level, and then it's just kind of like running around like a track, you know, like you're just kind of going in circles
and not making progress, just always.
But you do make progress. Like you make progress, but then the year keeps going, you know? So like if in January you finally learned your letters, like by January we would have already taught blends, digraphs, glued sounds, long vowel sounds. Like there's so much more that like you're missing because we're still focusing on letter sounds.
Dang.
So it's like kind of scary.
Is there any methods you can?
There's like a lot of interventions that we do, and like this year especially I learned so much about early literacy interventions and just like really drilling letter sounds and sounding out each letter when you're trying to say a word. So there's like a lot you can do and a lot that you should do, which is like you have to find ways to make it fun. So for my students who don't know their letters, I like wrote them out on index cards. And I'll be like, find me the letter that says and then they have to point to it.
Okay.
Or I'll be like, take the letter that says ah and put it on your head. And then they'll take O and they put it on their head.
That's not
you know, like
that's
ways
kind of
to
fun,
make it like, like I'm pointing to a letter, you know, and like you kind of engage with them a bit.
Have you seen like it has helped them improve?
Yeah, for sure. I had one kid who started the year off knowing 0 letters and now she knows 14.
Oh, hey.
So it's like-
Zero letters is crazy for second grade.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
But 14, that's great progress.
Facts.
We love
Right.
that.
And we still have like 6 more months, you know. But it's also just like, there's only 26 letters.
Yeah.
You're almost
12 more to
there.
go, 12
8
more
more.
to go.
Oh, 12 more. Yeah, 12 more.
Right.
Dang.
Yeah.
And then what I'm assuming, like their third grade teachers they're assuming like, oh, they should know or be at grade level or be close to it, so they don't really try to catch up or help them catch up to where they should be, or do you know?
I mean, I think it depends on like your school population. So my school population, they are just below, you know, like that's just how it is across the school. So I'm sure, you know, teachers who have been there for a long time already know like my kids are probably going to come in around this level. This is my first year at this school, so when I came in I went in with the assumptions of my old school, so like they'll know their letters for sure. And I was floored. I was like, what do you mean you don't know your letters?
Yeah, 0 is crazy.
Yeah.
Dang.
Is there a way to make learning or reading more fun for the kids?
Yeah, there's so many ways. You know, like you kind of have to like first know them and then kind of engage them before you start reading, you know? So it's like, I can't think off the top of my head, but like if you're reading a book I read this book to my students about this family who was going on the Overground Railroad. That's what it was called.
Okay.
So this was like when they didn't have to do it like illegally. So they were taking the train. So I started and I was like, have you ever taken a trip on a train?
Oh.
You know, like, and then we're like, this is a family who had to, you know, take the train to go to the north. And like, we had already covered the Underground Railroad. So like, it was just like adding on to it, you know? So when you engage with them, when they kind of know like a little background to what they're reading.
Or they're relating to the subject.
Yeah. And then they can just like, well, I guess for a social studies book, obviously they can't relate to that, you know, so they have to like know the information of it. But yeah, you just make it fun. You find books that they like, and a lot of kids love read alouds. So
It was fun back then.
right,
It really was.
and you learn so much. Like, you learn like this is the front cover of a book. Like, I flip from left to right. I start here and I read from left to right, and just like so much that you wouldn't get if you were reading online.
This one, she gives the kids like
Money.
fake money
Yeah.
for like different things that they did throughout the week.
Is this the one where they pay rent
I
at the end
don't.
of the month?
No, I think she just gives them coupons in this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
But yeah, would you try something like this with your classes?
All right.
It's a great idea, and like, if you have, you know, the
All right.
time to do it.
It looks like you did have an infraction this week, so I'm taking $5 from you. But you were here every other day. You did all your homework, so I owe you $45.
Is that real money?
Are you
Oh.
spending or are you saving?
Saving.
You are saving. Good choice. All right, I will hold on to your money and put it in your envelope. All right. You're next, honey. Let's go. All right. Had an infraction this week. I'm taking $5 of your dollars. So I'm going to give you $45. Are you saving or are you spending, honey?
I'm gonna spend.
You're going to spend. All right. Which coupon are you going to buy?
You say how much those coupons?
$25. Yep. Are you going to buy 2 coupons or one? Well, you don't have enough to buy 2. So just one. What are you getting?
But see, like, this is something that's going to be so memorable.
Oh, for sure.
know.
Do we know what grade this is? No.
Yes. So when you are ready to eat lunch with me, you let me know, and then we'll take your coupon, and I'll put your coupon back. Okay? Yay! All right. Goodbye.
I'm at my reading goal today.
You met your reading goal. Give me some, boy. That's what's up. That's awesome. Good job.
That'd be me at work.
Owe me anything?
about
So I owe you $50. Are you saving or spending, my dear?
I say
Yeah.
save it.
Save. All righty.
See, I wish if I had the time, I would
would.
do
You
something.
Let's
would?
go,
Yeah, we
girl.
don't have to watch
For
the whole
sure.
thing. It just hurt.
Ah.
Constantly doing the same thing.
But what I do with my kids is we have like a blank hundreds chart. So whenever they get an 80 or higher on a blue I Ready lesson, which is one that I assigned, they get to write their name twice, like in like one box.
Yeah.
If they get an 80 or higher on a green lesson, which is like an I Ready lesson, they get to write their name once. And then when the 100 chart is filled out, we cut up all the squares, and then I pick 5 kids, and those 5 kids get to pick whatever they want. So we've been getting a lot of hot Cheetos. I owe them like 5 bags of hot Cheetos.
Oh, damn.
But it gets them really excited.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Do you do any other things like that, or mainly that's the big one?
So in the beginning of the year, like to kind of reinforce behavior, we'll have a treasure chest where if you get 10 stickers, you can pick a prize. And then as the year goes on, it just gets like a little harder. So now we're up to 20,
Oh, damn.
but we don't really keep it
And
like
what
consistent.
what lets them get a sticker? Just good behavior, or
It, like for each student, it's different. So like I have one girl in my class who literally cannot sit still at all. Like she refuses to sit still. So for her, she gets a sticker if she sits quietly for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
That's all she has to do.
does she remind you like it's been 10 minutes?
No.
No.
But I'll be like,
hate
it hasn't been 10 minutes yet.
Oh,
Focus.
okay. Gotcha. Oh, so you have to just remind her to stay still
Yeah.
and.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She's like so annoying.
Yeah, how do you deal with
Um,
hard-headed kids?
I just kind of stare at them until they stop.
Really?
But
Just blank face or just.
it depends. Like, let's say you're just like off the walls. Then I'll be like, I love how Danny is sitting crisscross applesauce, eyes on me, hands on his lap. That's me know that he's focused and ready for the day to begin.
Bro, they told me that in my job, and I was like, that's so petty to
But
be
let me
like,
tell you though,
you're annoying, but this kid's doing a good job, so
well,
I'm going to call
not
him out.
saying, like, you're annoying. I'm just saying, like, I
Yeah.
love it. You know, like, if you want to make me happy, you'll sit like him. But then they all just like, so, you know,
Oh
we'll
man.
do stuff like that. But I don't ever go up to a kid and I'm like, you're annoying.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Sometimes with though, like my student,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can say names. Can you
Oh,
blur that
yeah,
out?
I got you, I got you.
Sometimes with her, I'll just look at her and I'll be like, "You've been in here for 5 minutes. Get it together." You know?
Does she pick up on the sass?
She does.
She does.
She'll be like, and I'm like, "No, close your mouth." You know, I don't want to have to talk to you so many times. She'll come in the room and I'm like, "Girl, unpack, unpack, unpack.
Damn.
Go get on your iPad." Sit down,
my
get out of the
God,
closet,
Damn.
stop talking. And then I'm like, it's been 10 minutes. Please stop. And then she's like,
But I didn't do anything.
or sometimes, like, if she's like, can I go to the bathroom? I'll be like, walk really slow. You know, like, take a long time.
That's so funny.
And does she listen to it?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't see her for a bit.
I have no idea what she does in the hallway. That's you, babe. You know?
Oh man, you're like, hey, you're out.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's so funny. That's how it be, though.
I can imagine.
You
Yeah.
gotta repeat yourself so many times. Do your kids talk back to you, or they're too young to even?
They try, and then I'm like,
Hey, bro, chill out.
I don't even have to say that. I'll just stare at them, and I'm like, what? And
Middle
just
schoolers, they
stop.
don't care.
Oh no, I
they
know.
would talk
I know.
back.
I know. I had kids that talked back to me too. Like I had one girl, like one boy in my class, who would always talk back to me, and then I'll be like, "I'm gonna call your mom." He's like, "I don't care. Do whatever you want." I'm like, "Great, I will." You want to call your mom off my phone? He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, great, get up." You know, then I'll like call the mom. You know, and I'm like, "You want me to press send?" He's like, "Yeah."
You're
And I'm
like,
like, "Okay."
shit, he's calling all my bluffs.
Right. Oh, right. Like I remember one time. I had a rough year this year. Like I had a lot of behavior problems this year.
Man.
I had one student who like he's a really good kid, but he comes from like a really rough home, you know? So he just really wants love and attention and he's just like easily triggered. He you know how like a fence has like the horizontal bars?
Yeah.
He climbed up to the second one during dismissal. So I'm sitting and I'm like, if you don't get off the fence right now. And he's like, I don't care. And I'm like, I'm not going to be chasing you around the yard. And he's like, I'm not going to be chasing you around the yard.
Damn, for a second grader.
In front of parents.
Yeah.
How'd you get him down?
I was like, if you don't get down right now, I'm going to walk away from you. And then I walked away and he got
Telling you,
down.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's like-
It was the
Tension.
tension. Yeah.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah. But it's like humiliating for me.
Not gonna imagine.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Especially in front of parents. Oof.
right.
But I will say, at least from my experience, like the parents understand. They're like, it's one of these kids again.
Right,
So they're like,
yeah.
you know what? Like she's doing her best. She's not like you're not yelling at the kid or anything. So I was like, it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was yelling at him to get off the fence, you know? Like, I
But that was
wasn't
for his
like,
safety.
"Hey." Right. No. Imagine
Yeah.
he climbed over the opposite side of the fence.
Oh, no.
Or like fell off the fence.
Yeah, no.
That's why, like, well, middle school kids, like, I mean, they're more understanding and they're more mature. So like, I can like kind of be straight up. So in that situation, I'll be like, all right, if you fall and get hurt, it's not on me, it's on you. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, he's right.
That
Then they'll
same
calm
kid
down.
used to do this thing where like when he would get up off the floor, oh my god, he used to like lay and then would like kind of boost himself up. You know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
And I would tell him all the time, if you fall and you hit your head, I will not feel bad for you. And then one day he fell and he hit his head and he was crying. And I'm like,
told you.
stop crying. You knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom, wash your face, come back with a smile. You know, because it's like, what am I going to do for you?
No, honestly, yeah.
Those are my favorite moments because it's like they get like a little like reality check and they're like, ah, shit.
Yeah, you can't
They
baby
get that
them.
reality check
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
then the
yeah,
next
and
time
then
he's
they're
on
right
the
back
floor,
to
he's getting up like that.
Dang. So you said this is your first year at the current school, right? Have you the previous schools? Was it always second grade as well, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I did second grade at a charter school in the Bronx and DOE in the Bronx. Same district. So when I started the year, I was like, okay, like I'm familiar with the community. This is my 3rd year in this community. I'm familiar with the area. It can't be
That
much
different.
different.
Yeah.
It's like a night and day.
Really?
But I think it just comes down to like parent involvement. You know, and like at my other school, the parents were much more like, what can I do to help my student? Do you have any suggestions? Like I actually had a really good relationship with my parents at my previous school. This year I have good relationships with my parents, but it's very like, it's kind of like, okay, like okay.
Cool.
And then I'm like, okay.
Dang.
You know? So, like, with my student who, like, I'm always telling her to, like, sit quietly.
Yeah.
Her mom is like, okay, yeah, just call her dad. And then I'll call her dad, and he won't even answer. You know, and then I'm like,
That
You feel a little
sucks.
hey,
helpless
it's me
from
again.
the parents.
You know,
Yeah.
like, leaving a voicemail.
So I called your husband. He didn't answer.
Dang.
Right.
We can watch the next video.
The next
So
one,
this is the
alright.
one I want to know if you experienced something like this before.
My heart. That's so sad. See, this can't be a real teacher, though.
Yeah, because they can't write that, right?
Right. Whenever I see these, I'm always like, what is the point? Like, what phonics are you going over right now?
Like you actually try to understand what they're trying to teach.
Yeah.
There's like no pattern here. It's just
Words.
Just words. My teacher, no. Imagine she wrote my student. No, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was not nice.
Imagine getting that in your homework.
Damn.
I'm like, I'm done.
Right. Like I fucked up. Have I seen something like that?
Yeah.
I've seen kids write, oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Did you see my story
Which
about
one?
like my student who was doing the question about coins? And it was like, Ed and Sam go and buy fruit, and the fruit are 40 cents. Ed has 4 coins and Sam has 5. What coins did they use? Like, show the coins. And then it
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
boxes. She drew a picture of like Ed going to the fruit stand. And she was like, can I buy fruits? And then he was like, sold out. And I literally was like,
She's funny.
yeah, but like on an 11 question, like
Yo.
11 point question, like, babe, that's a 0.
Yeah. She wrote a story on a math
That's
question.
wild funny though.
Bro, it wasn't even
was
a
so
story. It was
doubtless.
a
I don't know.
Picture, yeah.
So she had the hair, and like each character had
That's-
different
Was it colored?
hair with like a pencil.
Oh,
She's a
okay.
creative. I don't know. She's a creative student. I think you should really pay
Right,
attention
for sure.
to her.
On her progress report, I wrote like, she is so artistic.
That's yo. I
That's
don't
so
remember
funny.
seeing that one, but that's I wish I did. That
Oh my
one sounds
gosh, it was
funny.
like wild. So no, I haven't seen any of that, but I do have a lot of funny stories.
Yeah, please, if
A
you want to
lot.
share any.
I had one kid this year who started the year like 3 weeks late, and he's just like head in the clouds. Like he literally has no comprehension skills at all,
no.
like
Dang.
in reading, but it kind of translates to like speech, you know. So he comes up to me on like his first day, and he's like, Miss Dinka, so and so keeps saying pussy, and I'm like, what? And he's like, so and so keeps saying pussy, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then he like kept saying that word, and I was
Yeah.
like, please stop saying that word. And he's like, what, pussy? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yes, please stop saying that. Like, thank you.
Did you find out who was saying it?
Yeah, he said it.
It was no.
It was him.
Yeah.
I really thought it was another student. Dang.
It was
Dang.
like wild.
Is
I
that
can't-
common cursing for second graders or
No,
no? You don't hear it too often.
not like where they come up to me.
Oh,
Like sometimes
true.
they'll come up to me and be like, Miss Dinka, so and so said Fuck, and I'm like, you know how to spell that, but you can't spell like son, you know?
Oh, man.
Like,
That's
Yeah, they're just like wild. Or like a lot of times like they have no concept of like time. So I had one student tell me, what was it like when you were a kid and you didn't have erasers? And I was like, literally, what?
Man,
was
thought you
like-
were the Stone Age.
No,
What?
I'm like,
and
what?
he had to use the pen with the feather and like the ink.
He thought you were in the
Bruh.
Middle Ages.
Bro, and I literally was like, how old do you think I am? And he's like, 25.
So you know my age,
Right.
but what?
Nah,
Right.
they was doing that to me. Not that far back, but they'd be like, "What was it like growing up in the '80s?" I'm like, I wasn't born in the '80s, dog.
Right, like, I
I'm
don't
not that.
know.
Yeah, I have
That's
no
funny.
idea. That's hilarious.
Is that the furthest back you've been dated? Like,
I had one student ask me like what it was like, or like if I ever saw Jesus. And I was like,
He was just trying to fling you.
like, different continent.
that's far back.
Yo,
That's further
these
than
kids
the
are funny.
Nah, it's funny. But as a teacher, I'd be like,
Yo,
where
what?
do you think I'm from?
Right. Yeah, they're fucking hilarious. Like one kid came up to me and was like, he literally pulled me aside while I'm working with the group, and I'm like, what is it? Kid spelled backwards.
Oh,
Not a good word.
Oh,
And I looked at him and I'm like, figure it out.
Ah,
Take some time.
I was like,
it took me one. It took me. I wasn't spelling it. I was trying to visualize it. I was like, let me actually spell it.
No, but I literally was like, I don't want to talk about this. You know, like sometimes I don't even know.
Yeah, have you dealt with like little boys having a crush on you?
Not to my knowledge. I hope not, because
It's.
I mean, I remember back when I was that age. Yeah, it was like we'd have crushes on teachers, but yeah, we wouldn't try to make it
Yeah,
obvious.
yeah.
yeah.
It'd be more on the low.
I don't think so. I think they're too young to have crushes. But I will tell you, at my old school, me and my para, she was like amazing. Like we're actually like really good friends outside of work. Like still now to this day. Whenever we had classroom parties or birthdays, we would call each student one by one and we'd be like, who's your favorite? Or like, who do you hate in this class? Why do you
Why are
hate
you trying to
them?
get the gossip?
But then it was like, if we didn't, well, let me not say if we didn't like the student, but if they were annoying,
We were
we'd
like,
sit them next to someone they didn't like.
Ah,
Or like, there was this one girl, our favorite girl in the class. She had this huge crush on another guy. So then we called that guy, and we were like, so, do you like anyone in this class? And he liked her, so we put them to sit right next to each other.
very cute.
Yeah.
Good move.
So,
Bachelor man.
but the thing about second graders is that they'll have a crush on someone for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they have another crush on someone else,
Yeah.
you know? So it's a lot
Pretty
of
innocent,
moving
yeah.
your seats.
Bro, I'm going through that right now. There's a girl in my sports club. She has a crush on one of the boys in soccer club, and like one day, like he didn't want her to stay because she was going home early, but she asked her mom to stay because she went to hang out with him. And then he had said under his breath like, "Oh, like I wish you can go home." And then like she got like all upset and everything. And then the next day she liked somebody else in soccer club, and I was just like, I don't
Right.
understand.
Right, it's like so easy for them.
Yeah, I'm
Like I wish
bro,
dating was
what?
that easy for us.
Hey, it would
No,
make
like-
things simpler. Not gonna lie.
Right.
We've been
Right.
talking about it. I'm like, I think we're overcomplicating love. We need to get back to like the little kid mindset.
You know what though?
I like talking to this person. I like you.
Right. I recently watched Love on the Spectrum, and it's so easy.
They're pretty straight up. It's just
Like it's literally like, Bob loves birds. He hates angry people. Same. You know, like I also hate angry people.
See, we're complaining about Cheesecake Factories. We're worried about the wrong thing.
we are.
Right.
So do you follow like the second grade drama that goes around your classroom?
I don't have time.
Nah.
I try to keep up with it. But it's like really annoying because they're like tattling on
Yeah.
everything. So one time this was last year. They were so bad, like they would not stop tattling. So I made this like little form. It had like name, date, person you're tattling on, reason.
So they knew they were snitches. That's crazy.
Right.
Yo, miss, let me get that paper real quick. He's bugging right
No,
now.
but like I had it in a section, so they would just go and take it and fill it out.
Yeah.
Like, this one guy writes, we'll call him Bob. Bob, telling on Sally. Sally called me a bozo. And
Bozo in second grade scream.
bro, literally. But then like in my school now, if someone like tells, the other person would be like, snitches get stitches.
I respect
And then
that.
I'm like,
I like that.
relax. You know, like,
Bro.
I respect it.
Kids are too funny.
they're hilarious. They're so funny. But they're also really stressful because it's also like,
They're young.
please don't say that. You know?
Yeah.
Have you ever had any wild instances, not maybe personally, but seen in your school, other school, or the other school, with kids throwing stuff, hitting kids or teachers?
Do you know how many times I got beat up this year?
What do you mean?
Like in the
what?
first,
What? Yeah, what do you mean? What?
like in the
You got
first,
jumped by second graders? What happened?
bro, literally, like I got jumped. No, but my first 3 weeks teaching, my student who was like really reactive, oh my god, it was like hell. Like I used to go home every day crying because I didn't know what to do.
Oh no.
He wasn't used to me, so he was like scared. So he would hide behind furniture. He used to punch everyone in that class for 3 weeks,
Damn.
and I would have to get in the middle of it, so he would like punch me, not on purpose,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like he would punch me
swinging,
pretty
yeah.
much every single day.
Was there power behind it?
What do you mean?
Like behind the
Was
punch?
he strong?
Yeah, was he strong?
Was
I
he
mean,
leaving
it
bruises?
hurt.
It hurts, it
No
hurt.
bruises,
Okay.
but like, you know, like it's not like a like he was
Oh,
like
Swinging.
yes,
dang.
yeah. So yeah, I've heard of other students like throwing desks and chairs. I've never experienced that.
You were? God damn.
Really?
Dang. In third grade, a kid threw a chair at a teacher in my third
Yeah, that's
grade.
wild.
Just threw it.
In 7th grade, there was this kid in my class. He was so funny. I don't even know if I can say his name in case he sees this, but like I'm sure he'll like know that it's him. He got mad and then he told everyone out, like he got really mad at the teacher. Turned around, looked at a table, and calmly was like, "Can you guys get up?" They get up. He takes the table and throws it across the room.
To
But,
someone
like,
or?
at least he had the like decency to be like,
Damn.
Watch out. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so bad. But I've had like I've had scary things happen to me for me, like involving bugs, because I hate bugs. Like, okay, sidetrack before we get into that. Whenever kids know you hate something, they'll do it constantly. So like one thing I hate is when people like pull and like you can see like the red.
Oh,
Or,
I
like,
forgot
if
little
you-
kids do
don't
that.
do that.
No, I don't know how to do it, but I know you mean
True.
that.
I can't even like look at you fake it.
They do the top eyelid too sometimes, right? I forgot that was a thing.
No.
It's been years.
Elementary
I
school.
had
Yeah.
one girl like literally be like, "Miss Stinka, look," and then flip both of her eyelids, and I was like,
Please stop.
"Stop doing that."
Yeah.
And then when the kids realize them, they're all like laughing, they're all doing it, and I'm literally like about to throw up. Like it makes me physically ill.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the same way with bugs. Bugs freak me out. This year, I had one of my students helping me like put the iPads back in the container. And then this kid came in late. We'll call him like George. And the girl helping me, we'll say that her name's like Allie. So Allie's helping me. George comes in, is putting his stuff away, and he's like 30 minutes late. He's in a bad mood. Like he's not having a good morning. And she looks at him and she goes, "You got a roach on your head." And he was like, "No, I don't." And she was like, "Yeah, you do. You got a roach on your head." And then I'm like, "Allie, that's not how you greet a friend. Say good morning." And then she goes, "Good morning, George. You got a roach on your head." So then he's like, "She keeps telling me I have a roach on my head." And I'm like, "You don't have a roach," but I'm not looking at him. Like I'm giving her the iPads. And then I look at him and I see a roach the same color of his hair, like light brown, crawling all over his head.
Oh no.
And he looks at me and like my face drops and he's like,
What?
"There's a roach." And I'm like, so he starts walking towards me and I start backing up. And then he starts
Wait, George,
running.
George, no, George,
No, I'm
George.
not saying, I'm literally just backing up.
Yeah.
And then he starts running towards me. So I'm running away and I'm like, "Go in the middle of the classroom." He goes in the middle of the classroom. I'm telling him like, take off your
his stuff.
sweater, rub it on your head, like get the roach off you. And he's like, "No." So I'm like frantic because he's trying to come to me. So I'm like, "Whoever kills that roach, I will give you 10 stickers," which is the stickers they need for the prize.
yeah.
So, oh my God. So Allie walks up to George and just like back slaps the like literally like he saw like God, you know.
Made no contact with the roach, just head.
Form beautiful. Yeesh, immaculate form. Just,
But then George turns around like swinging
Oh.
because he's like, yo, I just got popped in the head. And then I see the roach like fly across the room, steps on it, comes up to me. I'm gonna have my 10 stickers now.
gangsters,
Yeah.
beautiful
Love it.
forms. Like, yo, pay up.
Like, give me my prize. It was
Love
so
it.
bad.
Did George end up swinging or no?
No.
Oh, no.
So then he remembered. Like,
Oh.
there's a road
Roach.
coming. You know what I mean?
You almost forgot.
No, I can't. It
That's
was
so,
so bad.
funny. Do you have any teacher icks? Or teaching icks?
Like, what do you mean?
It was a TikTok.
Okay,
but
I guess
yeah.
one teacher ick. Kids who have snot that droop from their nose,
Ooh,
but they
yeah.
don't wipe it.
Oh,
So it
it's
just
just vibes.
continues.
And it just keeps
dripping.
going. Oh.
Yeah. Another ick is anything to do with bugs. Like if there's a bug in the classroom and you're like playing with it, get away from me. Like I don't want to be next to you. Another teacher ick, the eyes. And when they like cough or sneeze and they're like in your face.
Oh, that's
my
just
God.
nasty.
So
Yeah.
it's like have like a
That-
little bit of respect. Like
Yeah.
now I'm gonna get sick. You're gonna ruin my weekend. I have plans this weekend.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Do kids still do the stapler under the finger thing still?
No, but I used to do that all the time.
You used to do
I was
that?
one of
What?
those
I don't
weird
know
kids.
what
I never.
Yes.
You never seen that? So you would take a single staple and just like put it
Like,
between,
yeah,
like
through
right
your
under,
skin.
right under your
Why?
layer.
It
Why would
doesn't
you do
hurt.
that?
It wouldn't hurt because it's the. But
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen kids do it. You were one.
Yeah, why
I
would
was
you do
one of
that? You're just
so
bored?
sorry. Like I will I'll stand by it. Like it
They
happened.
would. That is just.
I'd do
I've
it again.
never seen that in my
You never
life.
seen that?
No.
Yeah.
Or like when people would, well, let me not say people. I used to do this all the time. I would take like the liquid glue. And
Oh, yeah.
glue it
That was
onto
fun,
my
not gonna lie.
hands, and
That
then,
was-
like, peel off the skin.
That was a fun thing to do. But the stapler thing
Yeah,
is.
why do you do this?
I don't know, but now I'm also like covered in tattoos, so I feel like direct
That was a
correlation.
start. Hey, could be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Study on that one.
Yeah, I'm like, why?
You've really never seen that, huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. It's, and sometimes if you would go too deep, like it would hurt. You know, let me stop talking.
That was the start of piercings. It's like,
Right.
oh,
Right.
not too bad.
We can play the TikTok. This one's like really funny.
What's your teacher ick?
I hate when people use their best handwriting on anchor charts.
What's your teacher ick?
Oh, about
When people
teachers.
put trees in their rooms.
What's your teacher ick?
People come to school with a full face of makeup. How do they have time to do that before school?
What's your biggest teacher ick?
I hate when teachers wear personalized lanyards with their name on it. Like, we don't know what your name is.
That is like really
Hey,
stupid though.
what's
Like,
your
you spend
teacher
so
ick?
much money
Oh
on
my
that.
gosh. When teachers have a fan in their hand all the time and they're talking about, I'm so hot, and they call custodial
Oh, I used to have a
5 times
teacher
a day
like
to
that.
fix their air conditioning. What's your teacher ick?
When people stand in doorways and act like they're busy, but they're actually doing nothing at all.
What is your teacher ick?
People that wear strange socks.
What socks do you have on today, Mr. Johnson?
Today is Pineapple Monday.
Hey, my guy.
Oh, they're just like roasting each other.
Yeah. I picked it up towards the end. I was like, wait.
I was like, this is bad, Betty.
Dang.
Man, do you have any teacher icks, like towards other teachers? Or things teachers may do?
Could be old school if you wanna, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like the worst to ask this because when I go to work, I literally just like say good morning and then
Straight
I
to your
don't
classroom.
engage in the drama because you never know like who knows who.
True.
So I have no teacher ick. Off camera, I might have some.
Gotcha.
What about when you were growing up as like when you were a student? Was there any things like you just didn't like about certain teachers that you were like, you know,
I
when I become a teacher,
hated-
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh my god, so much that I do as a teacher now.
Aw.
I'll wait.
No.
Keep waiting, bitch. You know, like, I do that all the time. It's so bad. But I hated when people would say idea instead of idea.
Oh.
Have you ever had teachers that would do that?
No.
There was
Idea.
one teacher,
No. How?
my second grade teacher. Love her. Like, she was a cutie. But, like, why are you adding an R? You know,
Idea.
like, that's not the
Never
word.
heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Was she from maybe the South,
Yeah,
different
maybe.
state?
No, she was just, like, regular American.
Really, idea.
Yeah.
Huh? Never heard that one.
Does anyone have any ideas?
No, yeah, no.
No.
I feel like that's an accent thing, like
Yeah.
the South or something.
She wouldn't say it all the time, though.
Oh, maybe slipped up.
Right. It's like, why are
It was a
you?
lazy day. She had a hangover.
She's, like, trying to be quirky, you know?
Idea.
Yeah.
Anything else?
About?
Like stuff you wanted to avoid when you became a teacher. Stuff that you saw like as a student that you were like, yeah, nah, from teachers.
I don't know. I guess one thing is, like, I had a teacher that had a tramp stamp.
Oh, you could see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
in 5th
That's
grade.
wild.
I mean, but did you know what it was at the time?
No, I knew that it was a tattoo on
Oh,
her back.
yeah.
And then I was always like, when I become a teacher, I don't want kids to ever see my tattoos. And I have this little tiny one. So,
Is that his son or?
yeah,
Oh,
my
nice.
cousin drew it. But, you know, they see it every day. I had one girl ask me, like, how were you born with that? And I was like, I paid a lot of money for it, actually. You know?
Damn.
That's so funny.
I was gonna ask, is cheating prevalent for second graders or?
Cheating?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, it is.
Absolutely.
Do they suck?
And they're not even, like, sus about it. Like, they'll literally be like,
Tommy, what's the answers? I didn't do my
and then they'll
homework.
be like, but I'm not cheating. And I'm like,
You just,
I just saw
comparing
you.
answers.
wait, like,
During the test.
or like they'll talk during the test.
Oh.
And then I'm like, if you talk, you're getting a 0. And then they'll be like, but we're not talking about the test. We're talking about lunch.
classic
And I'm
answer.
like,
Classic answer.
or like I had one girl who drew like a middle finger, like someone going like this.
Damn.
On the test?
As the answer?
Yes, on her test. No.
Oh.
And then I like walked by and I saw she was erasing it. And I'm like, what did you draw? Let me see it. So then I saw it and then she was like, no, I'm trying to do it at like loser. And I'm like, girl.
What?
Like, I'm not that old, babe. I'm like practically your age.
Oh man. Oh damn.
That's so
Imagine
funny.
she really was though.
It's like, no, but I messed up.
No. You know. Like, you can tell when they're like
You lying.
lying. Like, don't be a liar.
What are the best aspects of teaching?
Just watching them grow, you know, and like not only academically but also as people, and like you see their humor, you see their friendships, like you see them learn how to problem solve and compromise and work together, and like even moments where they'll have an aha moment. Like I had one student who had such a hard time understanding that when you're regrouping and subtraction and you cross out a 10 stick, it's the same thing as 10 ones, which is why you draw 10 ones.
Yeah.
And then it was just every single day, like we would just go over it, like every day. And then one day he just like, it just clicked, and like you see it in their face, you know? And then you're kind of relieved, you know? And it's kind of like a huge one for them and a huge one for you. So the best part about teaching is just like watching them grow and like the day to day. The worst part about teaching, if that's your next question, is any other adults interactions that you have in that building. Like teaching is all about the kids, and like when it's just about the kids, it's
The best.
great.
Yeah.
But then when like admin, parents, superintendents, like all this extra stuff, then it's just like a
They start caring about the
drag.
numbers instead of
Yeah.
the kids.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really do love being a teacher.
That's
I
nice.
don't know if people know that because I make a lot of jokes. But like, to be completely serious,
You
I
love
do
it.
love being a teacher. Like, it really is so rewarding. It's the first job that I've had where I don't feel the need to call out. You know, like I actually want to go to work.
That's really nice.
I'm like, I miss them. Like when we have breaks, I'm like,
No.
Cookie.
Are you really sad on the last day of school? Like the very last, yeah.
Like
Have you cried yet?
all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I cry every year. But it's different because like you really love them. Like at least for me, like they're my kids, you know? And then the year ends and you're like, oh.
Or they're gone.
And then like it's summer and you're like,
dang. Oh, you're like,
you know, like, and then you see them next year and you're like, oh my God,
They're a
love
little
you.
taller.
I miss you. They grow so much
So
in the
fast.
summer. Yeah, and like it was nice. Like last year, it was nice because I saw my kids in 3rd grade and they would come to my room and they'd be like, if you bother Miss Dinka, I'm gonna fuck you up on the bus. And I was like, don't curse.
Don't say that, but facts.
Hit them in the throat.
I got shooters.
that's funny.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. If you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure you leave a like down below. Download the episode, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yep.
Deuces.
Peace.
Bye.